Have you been to RonaldMatters.com today? You guys, I'm here. I had to make a video. I know I'm late, time for the party and all the other shit, but I want to know what's the motherfucking problem with gay marriage, civil unions. I don't really get the difference because grapes, whether they come in purple or green or yellow or brown, it's still be grapes, and apples are still, no matter what color they come in, they're still gonna be grapes. So anyway, gay marriage, civil unions, all that. Here to discuss it. So Obama sits on national television and he says, Sasha and Malaya, when we be sitting at the dinner table, me and Michelle, they be like, we don't know how come, my friend Susie and her moms, April and Wendy, we don't know why they can't, do the same thing you and mom be doing, getting those good tax breaks, stunned down the H&R Block, They want to know why they can't have equal rights and get married and stuff. And so he says he personally believes the same-sex couple should be able to get married. Everybody all of a sudden put their pussy on menopause. I mean, niggas having hot flashes, night sweats, going to the doctor, running down to the church, don't know what's wrong, and why don't he believe, and what's he believe, and is these the laws of the land because of his personal beliefs. I personally believe a nigga shouldn't have to work 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, but this is my personal beliefs, but there's nothing I can do about it because that's just the way that things are governed. But if I personally believe, Cassie should hang it up. I personally believe that Sierra should just come on back, put out a slow jam CD. I personally believe a lot of things. Well, it don't mean that's just the way things are gonna be, but niggas got their pussy on hot flash. They got their pussy on menopause. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going wrong. And they're talking about this book that some man wrote that his best friend finished. That other niggas came along the way and said, nigga, I want to make it illegal to eat liver cheese on Friday. So they wrote that down in the book. Bitch, I want Sunday off. Put that down in the book. Niggas just getting what they want, putting all this shit down in the book, and all of a sudden we should just live our lives by it. Some shit that was wrote 2,000 plus years ago by some dude, finished by his best friend. Other niggas that came down, said, nigga, put this in there for me right quick. And all of a sudden I'm supposed to live my life by that. I can't deal. So that's why I'm gonna live my life by this book right here, published in 2010, RuPaul's Working It. The RuPaul's Guide to Life. I can definitely relate. Okay, this is what you should be living your life by. Liberty, maybe a bitch can get some equal rights up in this motherfucker. In the pursuit of that, I can be fresh while doing it. Okay, y'all can keep your Bible. This is what I want to live my life by. I mean, since we all just picking up books, deciding that this is what we should live our lives by, I'm gonna go to March on Washington. This is what I live my life by. You can keep that book. This is the book I'm living my life by. And then when it comes to the Bible, there's so many different editions. King James, Ronald Matters edition, Nicole, bitch, everybody got their own edition of the book. So, bitch, you can keep that book. There's just one edition of this book. And this is the book I'm going to live my life by. I just don't understand. Today, I want to read y'all a passage from my Bible. Starting from the beginning, it's in the introduction. Genesis for you stupid assholes. It says, the best advice I've ever gotten from my 10th grade drama teacher, Mr. Pennell. At the time, I was going through a teenage drama of my own. My bad grades had finally caught up with me, and I was being faced with expulsion from the only school I ever really enjoyed going to. My teacher, seeing how shaken up I was, calmly pulled me to the side and said in an even tone, the most important thing you can remember, Ruth, is to not take life too seriously. Excuse me, I thought. I'm about to get kicked out of school, the only school I've ever loved, and your advice for me is to don't take life too seriously? Are you for real? Of course, the truth and wisdom of his advice was lost upon me then, but I would never forget it. In fact, over the next 30 years, it will become the creed I live my life by. And that's why I recommend all you bitches pick up the same creed, take that tampon out your pussy, take your pad, throw it away because you won't need it no more. This is the book, the guide to life, okay? The guide to life. Because you bitches are pressed, steam pressed, overly pressed, about to burn your clothes up about what I'm doing in my bed with my man and my business. Get this guide to life. You need it, okay? I don't just really know. And then when we go look at polls and 59% of black people agree with Obama's decision, but for some reason these black pastors are sitting up on national television talking about, oh, black people don't agree with this, black congregations don't agree. But when we get you niggas back behind the computer, get your little number 2 pencil and a sheet of paper and say, answer these questions, all of a sudden y'all agree. Then all of a sudden 46% of y'all, of the 50, whatever number I said, agree that we should just skip state law and make it federal law. I mean, y'all agree. Y'all agree. And I just don't understand why. And then there's Tony Perkins of the Family Research Council, put the link down below. He has this whole documentary, The Problem with Same-Sex Marriage. They got this nice cinematic music, bitch. I could have swore Beethoven or Mozart composed the music specifically for this. And they got these men out here crying in tears, in full bitch mode, crying about how, oh my God, if gay marriage becomes legal, this is gonna ruin the state of families, and oh my God, children who are raised by gay parents come out. What is it, like 27 to 57% more times likely to be gay, and oh my God, this cannot be. And this, so I was like, what? I didn't see nail source. Y'all the Family Research Council, did y'all do this yourself, or did y'all hook up with an outside source? You know, I'm just like, where the fuck y'all get these numbers from with no source? Where you get it from? And it's just beautiful. It's just so beautiful because it's so stupid. It's so hilarious. And y'all have to see. I'm going to put the link down below. And this man was like, they would send a father to jail because I don't approve of the views and some. Well, I don't approve of these views. So I mean, so you over there saying this and I'm over here saying that, and what the only thing I can really think of is like, have you been to RonaldMatters.com today? Because if you saw the foolishness, then you would know that this is not it, sis. This is not it. Not it. I just can't deal. Y'all want to sit up and force some book on me that I never, then you want to talk about there's a separation of church and state, but then all of a sudden when my rights come to play, the good book, and oh, my religion, I can't. What did Tony Perkins say on CNN? He was like, I'm not going to let their rights come in the way of me and my children. I ain't doing nothing to your children. I'm not a pervert. I'm not fucking your children. I'm not doing none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about who you are. I don't give a shit about what the fuck. I don't really understand. Can somebody please help me understand? Tweet me on Twitter at RonaldMatters. Check out RonaldMatters.com. Girl, I'm just done. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.